1. The 4 red lights go out and we are racing right now. Rasmus Lind almost took the lead, but he ducks into second spot. So they race down relatively cleanly through turn 1. Sebastian Fernandez goes out wide. It is Kush Maney who leads from Rasmus Lind. Logan Sargent, the American, is in third from Ulissi Dupau. Quite remarkably, they've all gone through turn 1 and turn 2 relatively cleanly. A couple going wide off camera. Kush Maney looks behind him as he goes into the S's again. Rasmus Lind gives him a shunt. He won't be able to do that in 2 weeks' time when the Euro Series starts in Portimao with the drop-down bumpers to return. Lind under attack now by Logan Sargent. The American means business. Rasmus Lind in third spot. Ulissi Dupau in the red and white Birrell art cart. Sits in fourth behind Lind. Thought about a move that time. They're going to come across the line for the first time right now. Kush Maney has a lead of 0.4 of a second. Logan Sargent, a very, very determined driver as we watch young Noah Watt go through. Watch the American. He's going to come under attack from Rasmus Lind right now. Lind up the inside. Oh, Logan Sargent gave him room. That was brilliant driving by the American. Mother Madeline would have lost a few fingernails watching her boy there. Logan Sargent. Let's have a look at the replay. Sargent, to his credit, gave Rasmus Lind room, but he just took a higher line, put the power down a little bit earlier, and held on to second spot. He's trying to chase down the Indian driver, Kush Maney. Third, Rasmus Lind, the very similar Birrell art cart of Ulissi Dupau in third. Fourth, one ahead of Yu Yang Sun. Felipe Drugovic is in position number 6, ahead of Xavier Laveres, and the series leader, Clement Novalak, in position number 8. If they were to finish as it is now, I couldn't tell you, in fact, who would be the series winner. Yes, Novalak does lead, but he's going to need to finish better than 8th to claim the series, you would think, if Sargent comes home in second. Sargent in the slipstream of Kush Maney has to give him room. The American now leads the Indian pilot. Rasmus Lind in position number 3 from the Belgian Ulissi Dupau. Rasmus Lind tries a look on the inside of Kush Maney. Nothing between 1, 2, 3 and 4. Watch Ulissi Dupau up the Vega tyres back straight. This is their third of 12 laps in the slipstream. Will he have a move? Ulissi Dupau goes up into third. Rasmus Lind is fourth, looks behind him, sees who's there. Next in line is the Brazilian Felipe Drugovic. Sargent, probably the most determined junior driver out there. He's absolutely committed, 100% focused all the time that he's at the racetrack. Gets a little bit wide on the exit that time. Kush Maney knows it. He's right in the slipstream. As Sun Yu Yang goes through, Clement Novalak is up into position 7. Kush Maney on the inside of Sargent. Sargent very deep under brakes. Noah Watt in position number 8. The young Dane has made up 7 positions in the Ricky Flynn Motorsport kart. He weighs just 36 kilos, does Noah Watt. He's got so much lead bolted on that kart, he cannot lift it. He needs 2 RFM mechanics to put that kart on the grid. We've worked out how he hangs on to the kart though. Despite the fact that it's so heavy, he has minimal steering wheel movement. He's so smooth, he's so precise, he just lets the kart guide itself around the track. Noah Watt from position 16 is now up into 8th. He's one behind the series leader, Clement Novalak. They go through at the back of your screen now. Sargent from Maney, Ulissi Dupau, Rasmus Lind from Sweden. The Ricardo kart started on the front row of the grid. Now sits in 4th. Milan Ponomarenko, the young Russian girl from Magnitogorsk. In the nation that used to be known as the Soviet Union, Milan is up into position number 9. There we go. Sargent on track to take the championship unless Novalak can move up a couple of positions. Wow. Sargent needs to hang on and win it. Ulysses Dupaun up into second spot. Rasmus Lind has a look at the inside of Kushmani. That's just allowed the American Logan Sargent to put about a 5 kart length gap on second, third and fourth. Ulysses Dupaun knows it. He puts his head down, tries to reel in the American. This is lap number 5. There, look at the bottom of your screen. Noah Watt, fastest lap of the race. He's absolutely charging. He's right on the tail of this field. He's got Clement Novalak in front of him. That's the tail of this bunch. So nothing separating the first 8 karts. In fact, I can tell you exactly nothing. It's actually 2.2 seconds, which in racing terms, yep, that's nothing. This is lap number 5 for the KF Junior final. That's Noah Watt flashing by on your screen. Clement Novalak goes a little bit wide. Felipe Drugovic in the Cosmic Kart a little bit in front of him. Sargent defends his line from Ulysses Dupaun, Kushmani. Rasmus Lind, that's the first 4. Christian Lundgaard, remember he was second in the series. Charging his way up into the field. He's in 18th. And 4th in the Virtual Championship for the WSK Supermaster Series final. Got change in the lead though. Ulysses Dupaun has disposed of the American Logan Sargent, who's now back in 4th. While we were looking at the Virtual Championship, the order changed as the graphic went up on the screen, because Sargent's gone from 1st to 4th in a few corners, now having to defend from his Chinese teammate Yu Jung Sang. Dupaun across the line. There's Kushmani in second spot for Forza Racing. 1st to 8th, that's it on your screen. Noah Watt at the trail of the field right there. Son of the former DTM and Formula 3000 driver Jason Watt. Here watching his boy this weekend. Speaking of watching, did you see that? Rasmus Lind in the Ricardo kart, now up into second. Sargent back in 4th, off the podium. Oh, I spoke too soon, because Sargent, the American, is now in 3rd spot. Yu Yang Sung follows him through. The Virtual Championship graphic at the bottom of your screen, that's already out of date, because this move saw Rasmus Lind go through on the inside of Kushmani. There was the American and the Chinese RFM drivers in 4th and 5th. We are at half race distance. The KF Junior final for the WSK Super Master Series for 2015. Across the line one more time. Ulysses Dupaun for Birol Art. Rasmus Lind for Ricardo kart in second. Noah Watt trails your series leader, Clement Novalak. Milan Ponomarenko, you can see she's down in 9th, but catching this bunch ahead of her. There's Felipe Drugovic from Maringa, Brazil, in position number 5 for the Cosmic Racing Department. These 2 karts, first and second, are a little bit different. They're manufactured in the same factory though. They do work together. Birol Art, a collaboration between Birol, possibly the oldest and most prestigious kart manufacturer since the 1960s, working with Art Grand Prix. Rasmus Lind, a brand new team formed by Red Bull F1 star Dan Ricciardo, possibly looking at a podium and maybe even a win here this afternoon. While all that's been going on, we've lost Milan Ponomarenko, it looks like. Off screen, the young Russian. We'll try and get a replay of it for you if we can. Milan Ponomarenko, indeed it was. She's tumbling down the order. She's been turned around after driving superbly. Bad luck for young Milan. Of course, we had Marta Garcia on the podium at the last round in La Conca. I don't think we're going to see a female driver on the podium here this afternoon, because Milan Ponomarenko, just after setting faster the lap of the race, has been turned around and is effectively out of contention. Ulysses Dupaun leads from Rasmus Lind. There's Marta Garcia, who we just spoke of, fastest lap of the race, but way down in position number 22. Felipe Drugovic now up into position number 4. 3 laps to go at the end of this one. Birol Art leading Ricardo kart, leading Alonso kart. Logan Sargent all the way from the USA for Ricky Flynn Motorsport in position number 3. Depending on where Novalak finishes behind him, may well pick up the title here in 3 laps time. Christian Lundgaard, he's effectively out of it. He's in 15th position. He's made up 6 spots, but he can't win the title from there. Rasmus Lind, very late under brakes, locks up everything at the far end of the circuit. Remember, they're doing 133 kilometers an hour. Yu Yang Sung is 5th, as Sargent has a big look on the inside of Rasmus Lind. Ulissi Dupau up the Vega tyres back straight. A look over the shoulder? No. Ulissi is very confident with this one. He's got that Birol art cart working superbly. The bottom of your screen, Isaac Blomqvist in position number 17. Not a good run for the Swede. His mechanic this weekend is none other than Andreas Fassberg, who won the opening round of the KZ2 European Championship at this very circuit last weekend, as Sargent had a big look at the inside of Lind last time round. This is the start-finish straight. That's Mount Vesuvius in the background. Drugovic in the Cosmic Kart goes through turn 1. 133 kilometers an hour. Ulissi Dupau has broken the slipstream of Rasmus Lind behind. He goes a little bit wide. Logan Sargent was not close enough to capitalize that time. Down through the S's for the second to last time. Ulissi Dupau has driven a faultless race. He is 1.5 laps away from victory. Sargent needs to make up at least 1 or 2 places and hope that Novalak fades in order to win the title. But if Novalak, who currently sits in position number 6, can hang on, he will be the series champion for 2015. We've got a change for second spot. That changes the title. Sargent now in second spot and in line to take the championship. Ulissi Dupau will come around this final corner to take the last lap board now in the Birol Art. Rasmus Lind, third place. He's on the podium for Ricardo Kart. Yu Yang Sung goes through in 4th. Then it's Felipe Drugovic. Clement Novalak. The final lap of the final round of the series. Rasmus Lind, very close to the back of the American, who flies the stars and stripes on his race helmet. Sargent, Lind, Yu Yang Sung's getting involved. Felipe Drugovic is not too far back. No one's going to catch this boy, though. From Belgium, Ulissi Dupau goes on the Vega tyres back straight for the final time. He's got a lead of 0.6 of a second. They're not going to catch him. The title is going to come down to the wire. It is Sargent versus Novalak, who sits in position number 6. Ulissi Dupau gets a little bit ragged that time, but this is the final corner coming up. Ulissi Dupau comes across the line to take the checkered flag. The Birol Art driver, what a sensational drive. Sargent second.